Hello, Boundless community, it's Sulfur, and I am back with another episode of Sulfur Plays Tourist. In this episode, we're gonna go somewhere. Yes, I know, that's very specific. I'm not actually sure where we're going to go, but yeah, we'll wing it. We'll see where we end up. Maybe we'll just stay right here and look at the new town of Biitula Consortium. The crazy town that has sprung up out of the ashes of the Biitula Gateway. Over on that side you can see the underside of Sparta, and of course everyone's seen Sparta several times. I've got a factory that I'm setting up there. Then, you know, most people have seen my gateway I built here. And then coming out from the gateway, there's actually roads that have developed. This is Wicked Lane. Looks like there's a little ship here in port. Wicked Wise house right over here. I like the colors, I like the gravel, I like the use of natural blocks. This looks nice. Interesting view, the underside of a big castle and the gateway over there. No perms to snoop through Wicked Wise house. So, it's pretty crazy. This town has... Well, let's look at it, shall we? We go to places. Go to worlds and we click on Biitula. We'll see that Biitula Consortium has 2,617,000 prestige. It's a pretty big town. If we compare that to, say, like Gravidius Te, that would be the second biggest town, and Gravidius Te about half the size of the Portal Seeker headquarters. But in actuality, it's maybe the third or fourth largest town in the entire game, with Portal Seeker headquarters, Aquatopia being larger, and I think Sunken City, so it's probably number 4. But what's wild about this is that this is developed in a very unorganized fashion. Just kind of people throwing builds in next to the gateway and trying to claim their land, if you will, in what I can only gather is people think is some of the most prime real estate, and I wouldn't necessarily argue with them. The Biitula Gateway is pretty much the center of the known universe, and so the portal system definitely makes this a very prime location. So here's one of the other roads that has sprung up from the gateway. And we've got quite a few little mini shops and stuff that are, well, showing up here. power. Maybe this is like the living area. Seems to be locked. And some of these builds are very interesting to look at, and there's been a lot of nice effort put into them. I mean, even this one that's, you know, basically square, it's got, you know, a nice grass that's been imported in with flowers. I like it. I like grass and flowers. We've got some use of warp conduits to try to spice up the floor. If you use, you know, you don't go overboard with the warp conduits. They're a nice addition to any decorative flooring. Yeah, this is quite a little nice place. It's spacious too. I like spacious builds. As you can see, I like my space. Though it's just a big rectangle. And what do we have here? This is a very... I really like looking at this on the skyline. I love the angles that it shows. I do like this build. By Biitula. Biitula? Biitula. Got another shop area here. Prices are a little out there. A little interesting home here. Spitter trying to be annoying. Look at this. The road bends. I didn't even know this was here. And we got a little shop going on. All these prices along here seem to be a little, well, high. I mean, I would think that when you're kind of putting shopping stands, well, I wouldn't say this out in the middle of nowhere, but it's kind of like that one would try to set the prices low. That way your customers will remember to come back and find your deals. I mean, I don't think anyone's going to come back for extremely high prices. And we've got a road that's going out quite a ways here. And it turns into a new city, huh? Which, I think it's only a matter of time until that poor little settlement there ends up getting swallowed up. Which is, you know, it's the way the game works. There seems to be a lot of bitching and griping going on of people who, they don't want their community to be swallowed. They don't want to lose their name. Wah, 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 wah. It's like, if you don't want that, then take the proper precautions to keep it from happening. Properly plot your stuff. Or play the game. Be the warden. That is the whole point of the game, right? Don't just toss your hands in the air and throw a temper tantrum. So we're going back over in this direction. Over here we have quite a nice looking gleam building in the middle of town, where it looks very wild and untamed. And there it is. This is quite gleamy. And it's owned by Scotty. Very interesting. Here's the beacon. What's it called? Gleam me up, Scotty. How fitting and appropriate. So look at all this stuff going on over here. Very disorganized, but yet I like how it's just naturally forming. Needs to get some road networks in here, I think. The Nazgul live here. Nazgul seem to be interested in doing a lot of refining and crafting. Oops, I seem to have hit a portal on accident. Owned by Balrog? Uh-oh, we're in the Devil's Lair. Upside down crosses. Blood for sale. What kind of place is this? Here we have a giant eye in a building that signifies the Illuminati. We've got another giant eye back that way that signifies the Illuminati. And so we're kind of on the edge of the Illuminati subdivision of the town, if you will. This was a group that was quite upset about the whole merging of the portal and their city. They got very offended that they lost the name of their town. And it looks like they're perfectly capable of building, so rather than just, take the challenge and build more, they decided that they'd rather cry about it on the forum. Which I don't understand. They've got some of the best builders in the game, to be frankly honest. They build a lot of real nice stuff. Yeah, this is definitely a more organized part of town here. We've got road systems and lighting and very nice looking buildings. This building, in fact, is very prominent on the skyline from the gateway, and one would almost consider this one of the pinnacle-looking buildings that you see when you look around the town, at least from the gateway perspective. What you're going to realize when I get up here is that while the town does go quite a bit in the other direction, on the other side of the hill, and maybe we'll get a nice vantage from up here through one of these windows. So yeah, all that stuff over yonder that way and down there and off there, that's still this town. This town is just huge, spanning from the gateway way over there to way over there. There's not a whole lot of road networking going in either. It's just basically all been interconnected by plots. Thousands of plots, mainly owned by the Illuminati, the same guys who are unhappy that everything's been connected, but they did most of the plotting. Just makes me scratch my head. So this is Illuminati himself, the Grand Pumbaa, if you will, also known as Havoc 40K. Havoc 40K he's responsible for having one of the greatest builds, I think, of the old universe. Blackstone Citadel, you can look that up on one of my Sulfur Records history videos, as well as I think Javita's covered it as well. It's a really epic looking build. Yeah, can't say enough about it. It's an amazing build that you really should check out. Here's the primary downtown of guess we could call it Old Town, huh? Let's go downtown and Old Town. And see what the ritzy portion of the city is up to. Interesting. I could almost see this turning into like a little shopping mall type thing, and look at the eye in the ground. Some very fancy looking buildings there. Those are some of the nicer buildings I've seen in the game completely. Especially from the distance. They look very nice. So yeah, let's make one thing clear. I don't mince words. I say what I feel, and you know, I can love their builds. They do amazing builds. And they also, you know, Zeldafax, more than any of them, he does a lot of complaining on the forum. Havoc is usually the more reasonable of them, but I was not impressed with how they handled the whole merging of the cities. But I am impressed with their buildings. Their buildings are nice. Over here we have the Tower of the Sun. is it? There it is. Got some more building going on over there. A big thing going up in the sky there. Another building there. Very, very massive. The amount of plots that have been put into this side of Old Town over here. So the other one was the Tower of the Sun, and this one is the Tower of the Moon. This is going to be a lighthouse. And it's definitely got some light going on. Nice use of gleam and chiseling. Over there we obviously have something under construction. Okay, West Bridge. We're still in town. No, it doesn't feel like it, but yes, we are still in town. And we're heading over to another build. This is Z30. Huh. How does he navigate his build? All I see is these rooms here. Is there more out here? Is it a facade? Yeah, it looks just to be a facade. Nothing down here. Looks like it's being made out of wood. Wonder who's up there working. Wonder if that little building up there is still part of Biitula Consortium. No, the town just officially ended. So, Biitula Consortium starts here, and if you look, nothing is even remotely rendered over there. Yeah. And we didn't actually travel down the other road yet, did we? So let's run back here towards the middle of Old Town. Oh, so there's a roof to this. Let's explore the roof. Maybe the roof will take us to something more other than what we walked into down there. No, the roof is just a roof. Yeah, I just switched over to my diamond bow because that one was all buffed up and I didn't want to waste... I don't want to waste the durability on my diamond bows for most of these mobs. They're perfectly killable with iron without problem. And so I just switch over to the diamond bow whenever I come across a mob that's a little more sturdy, if you will. Okay, so we're up here into Old Town, and I think there was a portal around here if I remember right. Somewhere. It's probably up that way. Not good with portals, or grapples. Oh wait, this is Aquatopia. That wasn't exactly what... There we go. So now we're back across town, right? Let's go over and check out Castle Black. This was done by Reduno, also known as Larezi. This is his shop. Up here, Castle Black has some portals going on. It's got a real wicked view too. So Newtown. We saw Old Town, now we're over at Newtown. Let's go check out that building, check out the road, check out the Gleam construction that's going on over there. So here we have a fancy road somebody built without really asking. I was a little taken aback from it at first. Not too thrilled with it, but would have been much more happy about it if the person had asked first, but he just kind of tossed it up. Though he did end up doing a good job, so when I saw all the work that went into it and how well it was done, I kind of opened up the wall that I initially put up. This is obviously going to probably be a shop. I like it. I like how this road might turn into a shopping alley, maybe? That would be good to see. This guy's putting in a lot of effort over here. This is going to be one huge building. Well, at least I hope that's what it's going to be. Right now, it looks that way. It looks like it's an unfinished building, though we have that going on there too, which basically has me wondering. I mean, look at the gleam all over the place. This person definitely likes gleam, but I hope that something more, what's the word I'm looking for? Coherent comes out of it. Then the road ends up about halfway down the road. You're no longer in town, so where the road takes you is not technically part of the town, so we won't go over there. But I think we have seen most of the town now. Let's take a shortcut over here. Come across this little makeshift bridge. Come in the back door of my factory. Do a quick run through on the factory. So the first floor is workbenches and the second floor is extractors. The third floor is mixers. Fourth floor is refiners. Fifth floor is compactors. And then the sixth floor is still a work in progress, but obviously it'll be centrifuges up here. And then, well, I plan to keep continuing this all the way up to the skybox. So, it'll be a very large tower. But yeah. So here's a look at things from top of my factory. And I'll just pan around. Got some more buildings back here, a little building there. There's that road, that curve that I didn't notice before. And an overhead view of Sparta. Alright guys, so this has been a walkthrough of the Biitula Consortium. Hope everyone appreciated it. Boundless community, you guys are awesome. And as always, Boundless community, stay awesome and peace.